So what I'm going to show you today, or try to show you, is how to cut this wire that comes with the DIGNITET curtain wire hanging system. This stuff is pretty tough, and it's pretty much next to impossible to cut with your standard like needle nose pliers that have a wire cutter, or just a straight pair of wire cutters like this. I've not actually tried to cut it with a pair of bolt cutters like this, but we'll give that a try today. And what I've found that works the best, my dad was an electrician, and he had given me these when we were doing some training, and I think you pronounce it Klein is the brand of the tool, and I think they're either like wire dikes, maybe is what I've heard them called, or even side cutters. And I found these to be the best tool that I have in my arsenal for cutting this wire. When I'm going to put a link in this video to my other video of how to actually install this IKEA unit, and what I forgot to do in that video was actually show how to cut the wire. And I really got hammered for that by a number of people, because that's one of the key things that you need to do. But I was new, just starting out with YouTube videos, and simply just forgot to include it. So anyway, here's how to do that. So normally what you would want to do is have those little plastic sleeves on this that come with the kit. So if you're cutting this off, because I think it's like 197 inches in the kit when it comes, and in most applications you don't need that much length, so you have to trim this wire down. And when you trim it, there's a little plastic sleeve close to each end of this wire when it comes in the kit. So when you're trimming it, you want to take that little sleeve, and we don't have it on here because it's actually already installed on the wall, but when you're cutting it, you want to take that little sleeve, and they're kind of hard to see because they're clear, but you want to slide that down away from the open end where you're cutting. So we would, if we had it here, we would say we would slide it back down like this, maybe 4 inches or so. And then we would take our cutters like this, put them on the wire. And again, this stuff is pretty tough, so it's difficult to cut, but okay, I think you could see that, and it actually cut that wire fairly easy. So now what we're going to attempt to do is try to make the same kind of cut with these bolt cutters, and see if that'll work. So I'm going to open these up and just put a short section of it in there, and I'm going to close this down and see if it'll actually cut this wire. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see that in the video or not, but I've got these all the way closed, and it's not cutting all the way through that wire. It's only mashing that wire. This cable is steel, and it's braided, so it tends to compress when you're cutting it with a tool like this, and it won't cut it all the way through. So that's part of the problem with trying to shorten the length of one of these. So I'm going to open that back up and see if I can show you. Okay, you can kind of see there maybe how it mashed. It only mashed the wire. In this case, it didn't even cut the wire. So we're going to say those are no good. So now I'm going to try my simple little handy dandy, I think these are Stanley brand needle nose pliers that have a wire cutter. So we're going to move away from the area that we had tried with the bolt cutters and see if we can cut it with these. And again, it's doing the same thing. I can't get enough of a cut or enough pressure with these to actually make the cut. It's pretty tough. It's only compressing that braided wire and not cutting it. So I'm going to say no to those. And we'll try these little wire cutters or wire dikes that I have, and I believe these are Proto brand. I'm going to move to a slightly different area, so I'm not trying to cut the same spot again. And let's see if I can do it with this. Okay, I heard it start to cut maybe one of the strands, but again, it's only It's only compressing the braided wire strands and not actually cutting them. So you can see how it's kind of damaged the wire there a little bit, or compressed it and not actually cut it. So I think your best bet would be a pair of these if you have access to them. So you can see that works pretty good. Now, granted, not everybody's going to have access to a pair of these, but you might be able to get your hands on them, or know of someone that's doing electrical work, or maybe you want to order a pair of them for yourself. I don't know exactly how much these are, but I've had these for probably, I don't know, close to 40 years, and they've always served me well, and what I prefer to use when I'm cutting these DIGNITET curtain wire hanging systems. And if you can't find a pair, maybe hit us up and we'll come and help you do your installation. Hey, thanks for watching the video today. Be sure and check out our channel for some other IKEA videos that we have up out there. It'll show you some things, you know, some tips and tricks, how to install some of this stuff, and maybe even use it for something that you hadn't thought of. Be sure and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We would appreciate that. And let us know your comments, either positive or negative. Those negative comments help us improve going forward. Thanks again for watching.